Hey there, a happy day. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, wondering how down to earth is your business. Down to earth, the expression or the idiom, is an American expression from the first half of the 20th century, early 20th century America. And it means, of course, to be practical, realistic, to have your feet firmly planted on the ground, to be sensible, as opposed to people that have their head in the clouds, where they're often, on fantasy chases, according to other people, versus people that are realistic and practical and doing the right thing and doing, putting their nose to the grindstone and working hard. Interesting expression. I'm curious, how down to earth are you, and how down to earth do you consider your business or your brand or your persona or your business as a whole? How down to earth on a scale of 1 to 10 would you rate it? 1 being not down to earth at all, very pie in the sky, high tech. I think of high tech things as being less down to earth, but it's not, it's more than that. You can be very down to earth if you're grounded, if you're building and based on, if your business is based on a firm foundation of your core values and core principles, and your mission, and everything is aligned, and it's a solid, good foundation that you've built your business on. I consider that a very down-to-earth business. So a business that has done the foundational work, thought about their mission and principles and purpose, and then created their goals and objectives, and their projects and initiatives are all in alignment with that. And you're down to earth if you've got your organization's employees and partners all bought into that same philosophy. So it might be a high-tech company, it might be a low-tech company, it might be a solopreneurship, it might be a service company, it might be anything. And a good question to ask is, how solid a foundation have we built? Are we down to earth? Are we grounded in reality? Are we being sensible? Are we making decisions based on real information that we can gather from the industry, or are we just going with our gut all the time? And neither one is better or worse. Neither one will guarantee results better or worse than the other. But it's a combination of both when we come together with looking at our numbers, paying attention, building our business on a solid foundation, and making our decisions and our choices and our directions based on where we want to go. So we have to have that pie in the sky vision for our business, but we also then have to tie that down and ground it, tether it to the earth, so that we can do realistic, actual action steps to move us toward that. So we can decide what products and services to offer to people, so that we can determine what technologies are right for our business at any given time. So we can decide what investments or what resources we need to acquire in order to move us in the direction that we want to go. Actually, had never really thought about this idiom very much. I think I kind of fall somewhere in the middle when it comes to being down to earth. Although I am very personally systems oriented, processes and procedures, and documenting what we do and how we do it, and building that solid foundation so we know, how do we as an organization make decisions? What are our core values? Because if we want to make decisions quickly, if we are always just choosing to make them in alignment with what's most important to us at the core, our core competencies based on our core values, based on the things that we're here to do, the things that we're expert at, then we'll make quicker, faster decisions, and we'll be a more agile organization. And in this day and age, your ability to make decisions quickly is critical, especially during times of dramatic change like we're all experiencing right now. I don't think I've talked to a single business owner or a single human being, as far as that goes, that hasn't been impacted by the current pandemic. Now, my state's one that's opening up, and I'm just kind of watching in awe at how things are unfolding in different type of businesses and in different industries as they open up, and the plan to open up slowly versus what's really going on. It's fascinating to watch, and I'm actually very, very grateful that I am not participating in that right now. My companies have always been, I would say, leaning toward more down to earth than not, in terms of how I've structured them. And I think I learned that early on, that having a solid foundation, having a structure and systems in place is really, really important in order to determine how you're doing for your customers, in order to serve them better, and in order to continue to serve them in a very predictable way, and a way that they like, right? That will keep them coming back for more. I am all about, and I think that it serves us well to create lifelong customer relationships. And if we're creating relationships that are long-term with people, number one, they're real relationships, and it's a lot more fun to do business with people that we like. As much as we hate to admit it sometimes, we do business with people that we like. People do business with people. They don't do business with other businesses. And even if you're a B2B person in your business, and I had a B2B business, my biggest, most long-term business was a B2B business. But guess what? It was still me as a person interacting with and having a relationship with another person in that organization. So I don't know, I think there's kind of this fallacy that B2B is so different than being a business that sells directly to consumers. We're all selling to human beings. It's all about the human condition and human nature. And we as human beings strive and have a need to be grounded in some way, shape, or form. I would love to know your experience and your take on this particular expression, down to earth. And how would you rate your business right now on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of being down to earth? And I'd say 10 being down to earth means you feel like you are built on a solid foundation, and no matter what's going on around you, you find that you're virtually unshaken because you've got that solid foundation, those core values and systems and principles and frameworks in place that you naturally operate off of. And so that gives you the confidence to know that everything's going to be all right, even during a pandemic, no matter what's going on. Share in the comments below what your experience is with this particular expression. I would love to know just a number on a scale of 1 to 10 where you think your current business is as far as being down to earth and in alignment with setting your priorities and your systems and things and having all those in place. That's it. Have an awesome day. I will see you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where did it come from? And how might you apply it to your business right now? Take care.